What is going on YouTube? Today, I am eating something that I have always disliked. Even when I was a kid, I always disliked it. My mom used to make it for me all the time, and then I just never liked it, which is weird because the type of food it is, and the type of foods I like, is like the perfect amalgamation of foods for me, because I like all three things that are in it. So it's like, why do I not like it? We're gonna see today, huh? So today I got from a place called Fionn MacCools or Fionn MacCools. It's basically like a restaurant near me. It's similar to like Moxie's or like Montana's or Kelsey's. It just has like a live band. That's the only thing that's different. So I got here some fries, you know, just regular fries, but that's not the star of the show there. I'm just gonna put, we're not gonna put all the fries here because it's burning my hand. The star of the show is right here. I have myself some, oh, you still can't see it. Ooh. Some shepherd's pie. Yeah. Now you guys might be like, you don't like shepherd's pie? Right? That's what I'm wondering, because when I really think about it, I love mashed potatoes, I love gravy, and I love beef. So it's like, what about mashed potatoes do I not like? I'm actually not too sure. So we're gonna get started here. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below if anything you want to try, anything you want to talk about. I'm down to that as always. Timestamps in the description. Let's get into it. So I'm gonna go for a first bite here. I want to get everything in there. So ooh. So there we go. We got the mashed potatoes, the beef, and I guess the vegetables. Forgive me for that little silence there. I'm trying to think. And you know what, actually? It's pretty good. I think I know what I didn't like about it growing up. It's probably the type of beef that was used or how the beef was prepared. All right, but it's actually pretty good. I like it. It's very hearty. And we got the fries here. Fries honestly taste like they need salt. No, that's not too bad. I remember my mom used to make this all the time. I used to get so annoyed because I'd be like, why are you making this? One of my favorite foods I used to eat when I was younger is called corned beef and dumplings. Basically just like fried dumpling. Well, I think my mom used to boil it and then fry it afterwards. And then just corned beef, like corned beef that way you would definitely fry it. And yeah, it was pretty good actually. It was not too bad at all. But aside from that, how was your guys' day today? I'm just gonna just do like a little combo there, you know? How was your guys' day today? I had a pretty heavy day. I was just working early but sometimes the nature of the job can be kind of heavy. I'm sure everyone experienced that one way or another in their life, but in terms of their job and career, but you know, it's really how it is sometimes. I was deciding between this or like some sort of wrap with like veal in it, but then I was like, do I really want to get a wrap again? And I just decided, nah, not really. Let's go hold this like this and eat, because you guys can't really see. And I completely forgot to adjust the camera so you guys can't see, so it's fine. I'll just hold it like this. Works for me. Ooh. Funny thing about this place, Fionn MacCools, I was supposed to work here. Technically, I wasn't supposed to work here, but sometime last year, Actually, one of the managers reached out to me. And he asked me if I was interested in coming in an interview. I didn't apply. I think. I don't remember applying. But I remember reaching out to me. But at that time, I was looking for a second job. So I was like, okay, let me do it. I'm not gonna lie to you. That wasn't like the most, like, not professional interview, but it was just a strange interview. Because I remember I went in and then I asked them, speak to the manager, and they're just like, oh yeah, like they obviously didn't know I was coming in for an interview. And I sat there waiting, and then a manager, he just stumbled out of the back. You could tell that guy was like drunk or hungover or super tired. But my interview was like on like a Sunday morning or Saturday morning or something like that. So I'm sure he was drunk. Or really tired. Either way, that man did not look like he wanted to do the interview. He was just like, his eyes were half open. I was waiting there for like, I think 15 minutes before he came out. Well, in my mind, I was like, it's whatever. I don't got anything else to do, so sure. I did it. And I feel like I would have got the job. I didn't get the job, by the way. Because I tried pulling off this thing where I'd only work there on Sundays. I would only work there Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and Sunday. And I remember when I said that, the look on his face, like, you just wasted my time. That was literally the look on his face. Because anyone who works in the industry knows that the most important days are the weekends, mainly Friday, Saturday, right? So there were times they probably would have hired me if I told them I could only give them Friday, Saturday, and nothing else for the week. Because those are the busiest days, right, for people to come eat, but those are also the busiest days for people to, or the most popular days for people to call in. So being understaffed, like on Friday, Saturday, is pretty common occurrence. So yeah, when I seen his face, I was like, I seen his face and I was just so caught off guard by his look of just disgust at my answer that I stumbled on my words, kind of like not noticeably, but in my mind, I was just like, damn, I didn't get this job. And that I did not. It's funny how you can sometimes tell when you're not going to get a job. You'll leave an interview and be like, yeah, no, I didn't get it. But that's not the worst. The worst is when you think you do so well on an interview and you don't get the job. I've had a few interviews where that happened. I was just so sad. It's a little fun story. Hopefully I didn't tell this story. I have so many stories that I forget which ones I tell. So I tried working at Joey's at Sherway. Oh man, I still get sad thinking about the story. So the first time I applied, I did the interview online. I did like an interview like over the camera or whatever it was. And then I went and I did an in-person interview. And when I did the in-person interview, the girl was just like, oh, the hiring manager is here at the same time. You can just interview with her right now. I was like, okay. So I did the interview with her and then I did the interview with the hiring manager. But the hiring manager, you could tell she just looks so disinterested. There's like just some tells. When you work with people a lot, you'll be able to tell some of these things. Like for example, when you're like talking to someone and you're mid-speech and you see them like constantly looking away, like checking things or like just looking outside, like just even if it's like a brief glance, you know that their attention isn't on you. And it's different from when like they're looking and they're like looking at you or looking at the table. But if you're sitting there and talking and they're sitting there and they're not saying anything, they're not even interrupting to ask questions, not engaging in the conversation and just looking away, just be like, yeah. No, like I could tell that just wasn't it. You asked me what I liked about it. And to be honest, in the moment, even though I could tell she wasn't engaged, I thought I was doing a really good job. I thought I was doing a great job with the interview. And I still actually think to this day, I did a really good job with the interview because I answered all the questions perfectly. I've used those same answers for other jobs, for many other jobs where they'd ask the same questions and I got them. So it's like, I don't know. And then I remember I applied again. I applied again online. I did that whole interview process online. And then I actually went there and I did a group interview. And the group interview had multiple stages. And I went through all the group interviews. And then I finally made it to the last one, me and someone else. And then I had to meet with the hiring manager and the same girl. But the only problem was on the highway on the 410 going north, a truck fell over on the middle of me going. And I was 30 minutes late. 30 minutes late to my interview. And I knew it was over when she said, just still come. It's fine. I called to reschedule like 10 minutes beforehand. And she said, no, still come. It's fine. And when I got there, I saw it was her again. And I already knew I wasn't gonna get the job. Like before I was even late, I knew I wasn't gonna get the job. But when I saw her and she saw me, maybe like an inkling of her knew that she remembered me from somewhere. Or maybe I just wasn't memorable, but I didn't know. When she saw me and I saw her, I was like, yeah, I really should have just went home. I don't know. It's just the two places that escape me so much were Joey's and Cactus Club. And the funny thing is, actually I hired at Cactus Club. So I got actually hired at the Cactus Club at Sherwood Gardens when they first opened. And I got hired as Expo there because I guess they're very like meticulous and they have like different roles for different people. Not just like how you're a kitchen person, you're the chef or the sous chef, and you're also Expo, but it's like they have specific people doing specific things in the kitchen, and that is your role. I don't know how it is now, but that's how it seemed to me. So I got hired as Expo, but at the same time I was working at Manulife, and I had to decide. I was like, do I want to work at Manulife or do I want to work at Cactus Club? And then I actually tried doing both, but they told me that they couldn't do both because Manulife was 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. Insane, right? The most insane part, it was unpaid because commission only. I could not survive there. I was there for like a month. And then I was like, it's costing too much for me to be here. It cost me way too much for me to be here. So. Anyways, in that instance, I chose Manulife over Cactus Club, which was dumb because I left that to go to Moxie's like 2 weeks later. But either way, after that, I applied to Cactus Club so many times. I have gotten like 5 interviews to Cactus Club. I've talked to someone different every single time too. I got hired there. I got another interview, didn't get hired. Got another interview, didn't get hired. I applied like 3 more times and I got interviews for each 3 times just for fun. And I just didn't do the interview. And then on the next time after that, I did the interview again and I still didn't get hired. And the craziest part was there was someone who we used to work at Cactus Club and they gave me like advice on how to answer questions. I answered questions perfectly. They told me what kind of questions they'd be asking me and I answered them perfectly. And I still didn't get the job. It's just, I don't know if maybe they feel like they're going to hire me and they see that I did work there, or I attempted to work there, I got hired at one point, or maybe they just don't like me. Or not that they don't like me, but you know, like maybe they just, I'm just not a fit for the role. But it's just like, wow, it's just so unfortunate. It's just, those 2 places just keep getting away from me. Like, I don't know. I'm basically done here. This is gonna be the last bite. There we go. But yeah, that was shepherd's pie. It wasn't too bad. It was pretty good, but it didn't blow me out the water. It was definitely better than how I remember when I was younger, but still, I don't think I'd go back to that unless I was really in the mood for it. So I think I give it like a 6.8. 6.8 is pretty good. But that being said, guys, that was Fionn MacCools or Fionn MacCools, the shepherd's pie. It's pretty good. And I hope you enjoyed my stories of me struggling to get a job at Cactus Club and Joey's. And I guess Fionn MacCools or Fionn MacCools, because sometimes it's a struggle to get jobs. I have many jobs and I like to think that I'm not too bad at interviews, but for some places I just can't crack the code. And I don't know what it was. Also Clio, I had an interview at Clio and I thought I nailed that interview and I didn't get the job either. So, but as always, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below if you want to try anything we talk about. As always, check out the suggested videos in the side. And yeah, that was Fionn MacCools, 6.8 shepherd's pie. Not too bad. And my stories. I got much more stories to come, guys, so don't worry. The only problem is I just have to remember them, but don't worry, I'll tell you guys when I remember them. And this is First True Review. Peace.